So can we talk about Irina wanting to take Paul? Girl, we all deserve a Brett, but somehow, we're always getting Josh. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Deborah here. Thank you for tuning in for another video. Hey, we're going to talk about Love is Blind season 4. Guys, this season is, I think this has to be like the second best season. Obviously season 1 was the drama, the suspense. It got me quaking. Like, I just had to talk about it. It's so interesting. I'm sorry. And I have some theories and some thoughts about every single couple and individual. And yeah, if you are interested in this video, let's get into it. So first of all, obviously, I have to speak about the first dynamic that ever hit this season. Kwame, Chelsea, and Micah. Chelsea, my girl. I love Chelsea. I think she's an amazing person. I love her vibe, her energy. She's like very cool, very energetic. She knows what she wants, like any guy. She's very like forward. I like you. I like you know. And I like Chelsea's vibe for that. Kwame doesn't like Chelsea as much as he likes Micah. I think because of Micah's rejection, obviously he felt the need to overcompensate and like Chelsea. That wasn't necessary. One thing I've learned about Love is Blind: being somebody's second choice is not good. Don't ever be somebody's second choice knowing you are the second choice. It never ends well. Check any other season. So that's one thing I'm just looking at, like I feel like this may not work. And Kwame is giving me all the reasons right now, because some of the things he'd be saying, if it was Micah, I feel like he would have been more on board. Anyway, yeah, the dynamic is really strange. I think Kwame had more connection with Chelsea. First of all, she wanted him, and the conversation about his blackness, about him moving from soccer to a new job, she was very sympathetic, and you could feel like kind of a vibe there. But for Micah, I didn't really see any deep thing that he talked about like that. Honestly, maybe because of the editing and everything. And even with the breakup and everything, she was very harsh to him. Usually when someone breaks up with another person, they're crying or blah, like these are the reasons why. And she was like,
2 minutes in, 2 minutes out, I can't be wasting my time. Oh, Irina, let's talk about how I broke up with this guy.
And Kwame is over there crying. Kwame is over there crying. Kwame be hushing for Micah. And Micah did the gossip. Micah did the gossip behind her. They say, I beg you, thank God. On to the next. It paid me. Hey. But like really, yeah, if a guy should cry like that for me, oh my God, we're gonna get married. There's no point. Like, what do you think about the crying and Kwame crying about Micah and things like that? I felt like that was very beautiful, and I just wish he targeted his emotions to somebody who actually cared about him rather than someone who didn't. Another thing that I noticed from that dynamic that was kind of was when they all met finally, with Chelsea being very mature and letting Kwame and Micah hash out whatever they needed to hash out. I do get that having emotional connection is very strong, but all the things about Micah touching Kwame and being like, oh, trying to get his attention, all those things they did purposely. Behind my theory about that, I feel like Irina wanted Paul, and she tried to break up Paul and Micah by pushing on Kwame and Micah and trying to see if they will have any connection, but that didn't work. Because what was Irina gaining from being, oh, please get us a shot, please get us a shot? That's my theory on that, and I feel like it was very disrespectful. Oh my God, like having watching your fiance romance and touch another person. I think we've all learned from Love is Blind 3, 2, and 1 that you should not do that, and yet they still proceeded to do that and act as if Chelsea wasn't around. And him coming back to Chelsea and explaining that you have to understand that there's a reason why I did that, and just like no. Now, one thing white women would do is that they will put you in your place. They'll tell you no instantly. I feel like sometimes we black women, or I can only speak for Africans or Nigerians most of the time, we can be like, okay, there's probably a reason why he's doing this. There's no reason. She put him in his place and she told him no, and I really liked that, and props to her, all power to her. Yeah, our next couple will be Zack and Bliss. Now, this couple, their connection is strange because we have Irina coming in the middle. Irina and Michael, Irina and Micah are kind of like instigators of rubbish and anger and like jealousy. I don't know why they needed to do what they were doing. It felt like they were still in high school and they probably have not gotten over like insecurities, and they had to like project that onto other people. Especially Irina was so strange. But Zack, Irina, and Bliss relationship was strange. Zack and Bliss, I felt, had more connection actually in terms of what he talked about, and I felt like Bliss is actually a kind person at heart. I really love her vibe, and I felt like they were actually perfect for each other. Now I feel like the reason why Zack chose Irina is because, first of all, he's a lawyer for people who have been victims of law and institutional laws, and people who are seen as, kind of not deemed important by society. So there's an amount of pity and I think empathy that he is supposed to have as somebody in that situation. So when he saw Irina, I feel like he could relate to her. Like, okay, I understand that the reason why you're acting like this is not because you are like this, it's because of the situations that happen in your life that put you in this space. For Bliss, he could not relate to her on that level. You understand? So I felt like he was making excuses in his head for why Irina was behaving like that, and give her grace, and because of that he accepted her. Let me tell you, that's my theory. Because any other reason, I don't understand. Irina was flat out annoying and mean, and Bliss tried to warn you. Bliss said, "Oga, if you choose this girl, it should be the kind of character you have." Zack took offense. Zack said, she's saying that I'm a wicked, like I don't know how to make decisions. And I think he was very also triggered by amount of people that judged him based on his mom and things like that, which I sympathize with. And because of things like that, he felt like he felt like he didn't want to be someone who was pretentious and felt like they were too good to be true. So probably that's the reason why he didn't choose Bliss. But that's my theory on Zack and Bliss. I think Zack is actually a fine guy. He's not that ugly. I don't know what Irina was talking about. Irina has a very terrible character, so at the end of the day, girl, not like it matters whether you are like really beautiful if you have a really nasty character. She was so mean, and I don't really understand the cartoon character or whatever. I have to say their iconic bed scene was amazing. It was horrible.
Together for 10 years and hates each other. I mean, we both lay on the opposite side of the bed.
That's when I started to like it.
Zack was so pain. There was no love. It was so opposite from the pods, which Bliss tried to tell you initially, but you did not listen. And yeah, that's my I don't have any issues. Like, I like him. I think he's a cool person. I feel like he just needs to really work on himself and know that there are people who don't really give a about your past and will love you through it. And I think Bliss is that kind of person. She really did show you she loved you. She put in effort on your birthday, things like that. It was really sad that he rejected her. And I hope they can walk through this phase and not let this thing of Irina, him picking her first, cloud their judgment and their view for their relationship, because they can actually walk through it. But if they keep referring, Bliss, if you keep referring to it, you will not move forward. Now the next set of people I want to talk about is Micah and Paul.
Who?
Micah and Paul. I don't really have much to say about their connection. I do feel like it was very forced, based on the only reason why they kind of got together is because Kwame was talking about Micah and how he has like this really nice connection with her, and I think Amber was talking about Paul and the flowers, and they kind of felt this rush of adrenaline and jealousy towards like the conversations they had in outside the pods, and they're like, okay, I kind of have to claim this person and break this person's heart so that we can be together. I didn't really see that. I didn't really see anything deep. I don't think he had more deep conversations with Amber than Micah. But I mean, like, they seem to be very happy. They seem to be very happy. So like, I'm really down for it. Like, I don't really think there's anything wrong with your relationship so far. I do notice, like, they don't have deep conversations, which is strange. Like, if you don't have deep conversations with the person you want to spend the rest of your life with, what other conversations will you be having? You understand? The surface level is usually the basic. That's the only part that is like kind of strange, because I do notice that science people in general are not spontaneous, and Paul does not seem like the spontaneous person. Micah seems like she's more spontaneous and she's ready to like be open-minded in some certain things, and he's just like, this is him and Zack. Him and Zack are like, they are best friends. It makes sense. So that's what I feel from them. I feel like the interaction between Micah, her best friends, and Paul was so foul, and it really showed kind of Micah's character and why she would be friends with Irina in the first place, because she does have really mean friends, not friends or friend. That her friend, I think Shelby, the other one with the brown hair, love her vibe. She was really cool. But Shelby was kind of really mean to Paul, because I don't understand you being protective towards your best friend and wanting the best. I'm like, girl, if he's not like, but let him at least prove to you that he's a terrible person, or prove to your friend that he's a terrible person. Paul literally just stood and was existing and having a conversation with them, and Shelby was like, I don't like you, you're the worst. Don't date him, don't marry him, blah blah blah. Which I get, but at the same time, it was also rude, And Paul was like, okay, I don't really care. And Micah was like, well, you should care. Like, it was just a weird conversation, and it really showed why Micah is kind of friends with people like Irina. Can we talk about Irina wanting to take Paul? Girl. Irina disappointed me. Honestly, I really was like, initially, I was really surprised. Oh my God, I like this girl. I hope she really gets somebody like she really wanted Paul. The flirting scene with her trying to like rub his leg. That's why I said Irina wanted to really break up Paul and Micah by putting Kwame in between them during the pool scene, and that didn't work. Irina she's just crazy. Like, that girl is scary, like terrible character. I'm sorry. Jesus. For Tiffany and Brett. Oh, I love Tiffany and Brett. I feel like they are the best. They are solid. There's not really much to say about them, because I think everybody can say that they're mature and they really want the best for each other, and they are the least toxic. They seem so ready for this. I do feel like Tiffany is a little bit, I wish she could hype herself more. She's always like, I kind of look like this, at least you look like, and I'm like, girl, you are that, you're a queen. Come on. And one thing I like about Brett, he always reassures her, and I think that's just lovely of him. I love Brett. We all deserve a Brett, but somehow we're always getting Josh. I love Brett. I think he's an amazing person. Love his energy, love his vibe. Not much to say about this couple. I only wish them success. For Marshall and Jackelina, Jackie baby, you are not doing well. Jackie is so used to toxic love that she cannot really see a good man that is in front of her. Really. Marshall is a good man, emotionally intelligent, in touch with his emotions. He's ready to support you even when you had breakdowns. But like, I've seen you multiple times during some of your breakdowns, which we don't like. We don't have the right to talk about that, but like, he is there for you. Like, he's solid. You understand? I feel like Jackie needs therapy rather than marriage right now, because she needs to know what she deserves in terms of love. You understand? The kind of guy she has been following for a while, they are rubbish, and Marshall can actually really be there for you. At the end of the day, your family is not marrying you. Your family is not going to be your marriage life. That's just the truth. You have to actually decide for yourself what you want and what you want your life to be like. Because even if you should marry someone that doesn't really care about you, you understand? It's not like I feel like we need to really learn how to decide things without our families sometimes, especially when we know our family is toxic for us. And that's the problem I have with Kwame and I think Jackelina. I hope they get through this with their family, but we all need to understand that families sometimes can be toxic. And that's all I'll say about that, because now the maturity that Marshall showed during the meeting of Josh and everything was Josh is just like, I don't want to judge him, but from what I can see, his textbook toxic masculinity, because Josh with the whole hugging of Marshall and trying to belittle him in front of Jackelina was so disgusting. Like, you dude, like, relax. It's not that, like, he was just nasty, and that's the kind of people I feel like Jackelina is attracted to. I hope she doesn't choose Josh, but at the same time I feel like she will not choose Marshall just because she's not ready, and I don't think it's going to work out. But I do wish them all the luck. I like them together. Some extra facts I just feel like I should add in is that I don't like I love the fact that all the males, first of all, there's a lot of diversity. We had a lot of black people. Yes. And I feel like all the males were very, very, in touch with their emotions. They were very there for each other. I just feel like that was amazing. They could have conversations. Especially the black guys. Like, this was a surprise for me. Kwame was over emotional self. He was very open. I love that. He would say, "My Jesus is black today." Marshall and Brett's brotherhood was very nice, and I hope they become friends from this experience because they could really talk to each other. It was really amazing. Oh, I forgot to say another toxic thing was the aggression in bed stuff that Jackelina wanted with Marshall. I feel like, yeah, I get that. Maybe you may have that that could be your what turns you on in bed, but it was very toxic. And Marshall was just like, that's not who I am. I would never do that for a woman. And I was like, man, Marshall is a good man. He's a good man. I'm sorry. Like, I love me some Marshall. I'm so sorry. Like, oof. The women, I really did not like Irina and Micah. Their character was so terrible. Jesus, right in the pods, and it was like gossiping and laughing at people that were crying, with Amber with the flower situation, with Bliss with the candle situation. It was just a whole nasty and shady and weird, and I didn't like that. I just felt like it was strange. Jackelina kind of had a weird moment where she was supporting Chelsea, then at the back in front of Micah, she was laughing like, "Chelsea, why would you think you want your Kwame, you want your man?" I was like, Jackelina, I can't really put her, like, it was just weird. Tiffany was just like, "Leave me out of this, Jesus." Love Bliss character. I feel like this cast was actually really good, and I would love to do more reviews. Unfortunately, I'm doing my thesis, guys, so I just had to rush this review. But I do really like all of them, and I feel like the couples that will stay will definitely be Brett and Tiffany. Tiffany would more likely be the one to say no if anything happens, because I feel like she likes to be in control and she likes to kind of be a rebel, and it may be too much pressure for her and she may say no. But Brett is definitely going to marry Tiffany, that's for sure. I feel like for Marshall and Jackelina, Marshall might know what he realized, that Jackelina is not emotionally ready for marriage right now, and he may say no. On the other hand, Jackelina can actually say no because she also is like not really ready, if we're being honest. I feel for Zack and Bliss, there's a high potential of them saying yes. They are both very weird, and reading them is very hard. I really do support their relationship. I hope they don't let this little thing that has happened between Zack and Irina, which is actually really nothing, affect the way they feel about each other. They actually would fit, and yeah, I'm glad that they both gave each other a second chance and just stop reminiscing on the past and move forward. But at the end of the day, Zack is a scientist, and scientists are not spontaneous at all. He may feel like logically this may not make sense, and he may pull out. That's what I feel. Yeah, that's the part that I feel like is so strange a bit. For I think I'm talking about Micah and Paul. No, I'm not talking about Micah and Paul. Sorry. For Micah and Paul, I feel like they may say yes. Who is more likely to say no? Probably is Micah, obviously. No. Maybe Paul. Paul is also a scientist, so he's probably going to be logical. I don't know if theoretically it doesn't make sense, so probably Paul. Micah, maybe from the influence of our friends and pressure, and yeah, she may say no. I don't know though. This one I'm not sure. Their dynamic is super weird, but they kind of work. Kwame and Chelsea is definitely going to say yes. Chelsea, my girl, I hope she says no, because I don't think Kwame understands the value he has in Chelsea yet, if I'm being honest. Like, Chelsea is really a ride or die. She seems like a really ride or die vibes, good person, and Kwame doesn't seem like he really is invested in getting to love Chelsea the way she needs to be loved. Just because his first choice with Micah, I'm saying he's attracted to Micah, he's still... Let it go, dude. This girl did not want you. Like, why do we have attraction towards things that don't want us, or things that don't, or people, sorry, that don't want us or don't treat us right. Micah obviously doesn't like you, and she doesn't treat you right, and she does not reach you. Move on to someone who does. So that's why I think that Kwame is saying no. And yeah, so that's it for this video, guys. I hope you liked it. I'm sorry that it's so dark. It's actually the night, and this is the only time I have to like do videos like this. So I will be consistent in putting out some reviews in Love is Blind. If you like that, subscribe, click the notification button, and if you have any other show you feel like you want me to review, let me know in the comments, please. It really helps. Share my video, and yeah, keep the energy. Yeah, let me know what you think about all these couples. I'm going to reply, please. Any couple you feel like may make it or may not make it, let me know in the comments. Bye, guys.